Is there that people already joined these demos earlier, or this is the first time?
Let me first.
Yeah, this is first time.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, people who already joined as part of the previous demos, that's fine. Just you need to bear with me. Like I will repeat some of the things which I already discussed. Okay, we'll start little different. Like blindly going to the subject and studying all those things. First, we'll understand what is the background, what are the things it requires for this course, and like mm, where you are in the current market, and how about the future. What about your education? And do you have some questions like whether I can fit into this IT sector with this course? People have different questions on their mindset. That's fine. We will answer one by one. That's not the bigger deal. We'll go one by one. But before starting anything, let me introduce myself and who am I. Like, my name is Karthik, and like in the software like IT sector, I'm working for last 15 years. And my main focus area is onto the database side. I will explain you what is this database and what are these things. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. I got put up in Bangalore. I'm working for one of the US healthcare company in Bangalore itself. Yeah, that's all. Just brief about myself, and we'll go to the other thing like who are you? Like why are you people are here? Like I don't want each and individual like what you are doing, what's your name, all these things. I just want to know like two things. Who are you means I just want to know like people, are there any people in this group are working or not working on the IT sector? Just two things I just want. Based on that, I will decide how we need to take this class to next level. Okay, please raise your voice, people who are working in the IT sector. Anyone from this group, like anyone is working in the IT sector? No, everyone has came to new to the IT sector.
Yes.
Oh, what about others, guys? Response. See,
Yes.
these are general questions I'm asking,
Yes.
not the. Okay, very good. So I believe like our batch of the students is not working, so they are started looking into the jobs of the IT sector. Okay, I
Hi,
just
I'm working, but not in IT sector.
no, I am just looking for IT sector. And anyone working for IT sector, I want. Other sectors, I'm fine. I don't want your personal details. Okay, great. It's very good because everyone is on the same platform, so I can take it to very basic level to the advanced level. So that is because if people who are already working on the IT sector, so for them it's like a boring type of class. Very good. Next. Uh, Next we'll answer some of the your questions like why are we here? Why are we here in this demo? So it may be different reasons, like someone does not know like what is this, all these things. Maybe people said, okay, go and join this course. This will be very important. This will be the running in the IT sector. That may be the one answer. Are you searched in the Google which course is demand course in this one or something, whatever may be the reason. The ultimate thing is you people join here to learn something. Leave about what is the course we are discussing. But before that, before you come to this IT sector, you need to understand like some of the things. First, anyone knows what do you mean by IT sector? What do you mean by software company? You people, they said IT. What IT? Anyone knows? Okay, fine. So in software side, people who are looking into the software side, first, Leave about our course, what we are discussing, that is the secondary thing. First, you need to understand, okay, what is this IT? How can I fit into this IT? In which area I can fit into this IT? And what is the life of that way which I am going? That's what you need to think. The first thing is in IT sector, there are different flavors. So any company, any IT company, any software company in the world will run on three platforms. One is on the coding, one is on the non-coding, one is on the support. We'll discuss each thing. Anyone knows what do you mean by coding? Just make a friendly class, man. I'm not forcing you to people learn something. Just make it friendly environment. I'm just asking the basic questions like anyone knows about the coding? What do you mean by coding in the IT sector?
Giving instructions.
It's nothing but coding.
It's nothing but querying, giving instructions, something. Okay, whatever may be the language, that's fine. But the final meaning of that coding is you need to code something. You need to write some programming skills. You has to be in the programming skills. Examples, your background, if you are in the BTech or whatever the language, you people heard that C, C++, all these things many times. Those are all the programming language, which means you are writing something, you are doing a set of instructions like, let me explain with a simple example. Now everyone is familiar with your ATM cards. You will go to the ATM machine, you will just place your ATM card. So it will ask for the PIN and it will ask for how much balance and where are we if you want to go with the withdrawal, how much amount, all these things. So the time you insert the card into the system, so some software has to run at the back end. So where it will pop up you some windows on the screen, which option you need to select, which means that complete instructions. So they has coded at the back end and they has kept stored at somewhere to make sure it should run like this. The project is if you want to insert an ATM card, so it needs to work in this way. So for that, you need to write something where the action should be taken care. That is made by coding, which means you need to write something from your own way. And it requires some programming skills also. Like it requires some of the languages, software languages, C, C++, Java, .NET, Python, whatever are all these things. Give me a second, guys. So whatever may be the reason, so you need some software programming skills if you want to move into the coding side of the IT sector. Next, non-coding. Non-coding is required nothing but so you no need to learn the non-coding, which you should not no mandatory that you should learn some programming skills. Even without programming languages, you can fit into that IT sector. Example, HR department, human resources, like MBA, MCA people, they used to tell you the HR department, like organizing the people, like giving the salaries, payroll, all these things. So they are into the non-coding part. Sorry, I'm really sorry, guys. So yeah. So the part what I'm telling is like, okay, before that, is my voice is clear? Are you able to follow the voice?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
great, great, great.
Yes.
Yeah. non-coding. So people will think like, okay, I'm not interested at the coding part. So because maybe different reason, maybe their personal or whatever the professional way. So they think, hey, I don't like writing code in the software. So there are options like non-coding. Non-coding in a sense, okay, you no need to write the code, but you need to manage the people who is writing the code. Example, manager, your IT company manager. So what these people will they will organize the team or they will manage the people, but they are also getting the salaries. They are also working in the IT sector, but they are not in a position to write the code because they are doing the other activities like they are organizing your payroll, I mean to the your salary. Someone is organizing the team, which is like an example of your manager. All these things they are into the non-coding side. I'm purely explaining about the software company. Next, support. The third one is called the support. Support is nothing but okay. Karthik has written some coding. That is fine. Like example, insertion of the ATM card, it should work like this way. Yeah, Karthik has written the code and it is working. And Karthik always will not invest his time on the same code. He will go to some other project. He will go to some other project. But who will maintain the code which already written by the someone? So Karthik already written the code and he is moved to some other project or some other company. But who will maintain the code? So that part is called the support because he don't need to write any code because if you are supporting anything in the IT sector, you no need to write any coding. Someone has already written, you just need to support. Support means, okay, if something button is not working, what I need to do? You, in that case, you should require some of the coding. Very minimal percent of coding is required at the support sector because he is not there in the company. If something issue comes, so who will handle that issue? So you should be in a position to handle that issue. It may be a coding or non-coding. It may be a network issue. It may be a code issue. We don't know, but you need to support that thing. That's all. Whatever company, whatever things you will say software. So there are three ways. You liked in the programming, go to the coding side. You don't like the programming, go to the non-coding side. You are partially interested on the coding or non-coding, go to the support side. Clear? Clear on these three things?
Yes.
sir.
Okay, next. It's up to you. I'm not forcing you. You need to always go with this way. It's up to you. Check your mind flexibility, saying that think about twice or thrice. Okay, which way I can fit into this one. Based on that, then you need to decide. Okay, if I go to the coding part, what are the advantages I get? Which courses are there in the current market? Which are there in this one? So that where I can grow up very fast. Then you need to think. It's not like take the course and think at the back end. You need to say, okay, which way I'm going, is that way is correct or not? Then you can decide which course. If not Snowflake, there are n number of technologies in the market. You need to decide, okay, which direction I'm going and which course I'm opted, and what about the future? That's what you need to think. Next, why I'm into DB? DB in the sense database. Database is coding plus non-coding. So let me explain you frankly, clearly. So the codes which I am opted, the code, the way which I went, it requires coding and non-coding. It should require some programming languages. Not like C says C++, it's a plain English programming language, which is very easy to understand. You need to learn that course as part of the coding structure. But most of the things you can do with non-coding also with the drag and drop, but most of the things you need to write your code. Okay. Before going to this, why you can ask me the question, hey Karthik, why you are into this 15 years on the database side? Why you not into the .NET, Java, Python, C, C++, or all this? You can ask me a question. What makes you go into the database side from last 15 years? So for this, you people only can answer this question. Okay. What do you mean by general data? What do you mean by data? Anything, any general definition, data.
It's an information.
It's an information. Data is an information, like your name is data, your date of birth is a data, your mobile number is a data. There's some information, you can call it as a data. Why you need data? Okay. Why you need data? Example. Now, if I want to call to Sai, what data I need? I mean, the same batch, we have a guy called Sai. Now I am planning to call his mobile. What data I need? Call Sai.
Phone number.
Phone number. Simple. If you don't have the data, can I call to Sai Kumar? Is it possible? Obviously no, right? If
No.
I don't have the phone number, I don't have the option to call. Now, the example. There is a guy in the same batch by name XYZ. Let's assume there is a guy called XYZ. I want to know his age. Can I know his age by knowing his name?
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible. What data I need for that one?
Yes, yes, did.
Which means I need his date of birth. If I has his date of birth, uh, from the today's date, I will calculate his age. That is one simple example. Without data, you cannot do anything. Now, you are new to the Bangalore and you need to drive to some of the location. Example, I'm saying you want to move to some location in Bangalore. So how will go? Because you are the first time you visited the Bangalore. You want to visit some mall in the Bangalore. So can you blindly go? You have your car, vehicle, whatever. Can you blindly go to that location without knowing where it is?
No, we take address.
No. Okay. What help you will take? Whether you can ask like, hey, man, I want to reach this mall. You can ask some guy called, okay, I want to reach this mall. Can you guide me like how you need to go? Or if you don't want to depend on the manual thing like the human, simply you can open the Google Maps and you can go to that location and you can search and you can go to that location. So without the data, is it possible to move to that location?
No.
No,
No.
no. Anything to take any decision, you should require the data. From your mind, if you want to take any decision, you requires data. Without data, you cannot do anything. And more live examples I will tell you. In recent years, last 2 to 3 years, everyone knows like we are badly hit with the COVID. So, and I think everyone understood, like everyone are familiar in reading newspapers or the news in the mobiles, whatever. So, did anyone understood like, okay, this many COVID cases are active, this many deaths happen. So we covered this much percentage of vaccine in some place. In some state, we covered Covaxin or Covishield in this percentage. 40 age people, we covered this much percentage. Did anyone observe these reports recently from the last 2 years? They used to keep your results.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can anyone tell me like how the government is displaying that reports? How they are getting to know like this much percentage is covering, this much percentage is not covered. Covishield is good at this place, Covaxin is this place, 40 plus age group has covered this much percentage. Again in the 40 percentage, men has covered this man, women has covered this man. How they are getting to know all these things? Any guess? How the government is getting to know like how this they are generating the reports?
Using
God.
reports.
Taking
Can
AI.
can it be possible for the government or anyone to display the reports blindly without the data?
No.
No.
No. Whenever you go for a vaccination, so they used to trigger with you with your Aadhaar number or your mobile number, correct? They will ask your Aadhaar and mobile number, and they are capturing your data. So they are capturing your data day to day life, and they are submitting to the government, and government is maintaining the data, and they are publishing the reports. Based on the publication, they are taking the decision. Okay, if Andhra is not covering the most of the percentage, so yeah, the government will take the decisions or directions saying that why is Andhra is very less in the percentage of vaccination. Go and take more vaccination because the percentage is very low. If Telangana is more on the vaccination, if you have adequate number of, move it to some other state. So like that, if you want to take any decision, it's not only from the government sector, even from the doctors. They want to know how Covishield is working, how Covaxin is working. They want to research on the data. Even the scientists also, they want to research on the vaccination, whether Covaxin is working, Covishield is working. Can they blindly take the decision that Covishield is not working or Covaxin is working more? Can they take a scientist? Can they take a decision blindly, or they will spend some time on the data collection? Okay, you has given for 100 people of Covishield, and this is working for 6 months, and Covaxin for 200 people, it is working in this way. Everyone, even the researchers also, scientists or researchers, they want to take any research or decision, so they want the data. And one more example. Now, let's assume you people, everyone visited the hospital, like any hospital, like Apollo Hospital, you visited. So by the time you go to the Apollo Hospital, so what is the first step they will take? What is the first step? Any multinational hospital, if you go, what is the first step you need to take in the hospital?
Filling form.
Filling form, which means the registration, correct? Why they will take the
Yes.
registration, guys? Anyone guess? Anyone guesses? Leave about money. Don't tell the don't tell it's for money. Yeah, money is fine, but why they will capture your data? They will ask your address, they will ask your mobile number, email ID, name, date of birth, your vitals. They will collect your vitals before going to the doctor in the hospital. They will take the vitals. Vitals in the sense, okay, like you have any BP, sugar, height, weight, your cholesterol level, your like you are any allergic to anything, like all these things they will take you. They will ask you, are you a smoking or a non-smoker? Like if you are you a diabetic or non-diabetic? Why they will take all this data?
To maintain records so that next time it will be easy.
Okay, to maintain records is fine, but next time it will be easy. For whom it will be easy? For you or the physician? I mean to say the doctor.
For the doctor itself.
Very good. So before, why they will take the vitals means, so for doctor will see, okay, he is overweighted, he is less weighted, so he's allergic to some peanut. So I should not give any drug or medicine which is related to peanut. So to take any decision for the doctor, for him it is very easy. Okay, what about the olden days? Okay, now I'm saying present days, everything on the system. What about olden days, in the previous days, your childhood days? Do you have any computers to store the data?
No.
No.
So you will blindly go to the hospital and you will go to the doctor. He will say, hey, I'm suffering from fever. So he will give some tablets, gone. That paper was gone and that medication was also done. After you, if you visited the same doctor after 3 or 4 years, can a doctor can remember that what vaccination or what medicine he has given 4 years back?
No.
No. See, now for them, the doctor duty is very difficult in the olden days. But in the current days, everything is that we are maintaining the data. So for them, it's very easy. Hey, this guy is coming to this hospital from last 10 years. He's going with this vaccination. He has some sugar, so I should not suggest any tablets which is related to the sugar. So I know what medicines I need to give. So on the fly, on his mindset, so for him, it's very easy to take a decision on you, on the medication part. Is it not true? Yes, it is true. With if you have data in your hand, you can do anything. You can take decision. You can perform your research analytics. So last decade, like 10 to 15 years, so every company in the world, they are capturing your data. Like, did you people observe, like, if you go to any place, keeping your mobile and your location on in your pocket, so did anyone observe that automatically it is capturing, hey, you visited this place 2 months back. Do you want to provide the feedback like that? Did you people observe in your mobiles at any time?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you said anything? Did you install any app for that one, or it is automatically capturing the location?
It's automatic.
See, automatically placing a mobile in your mobile also it is capturing each and every event. Why? Because 2 months back you visited a restaurant and Google is asking to provide a review. What is the need of the review there? Why it is Google is asking the review?
It's in data already.
Okay, it's the data. It is capturing the data. But what they will do, what Google will do with the data? That's fine. You
For
visited the
rating,
very
rating
good.
portal.
Yeah. Who is using that rate? Who is using that rating?
Yes.
Again, consumers. Again, the customers only. So if you want to go to any nearby restaurant, the first thing today's world is looking at good restaurants near me in the Google. So it will suggest you some good places. How they are suggesting? This is the good place. This is the bad place.
On the basis of users'
Based
feedback.
on rating.
Very good. Based on the rating. And who is giving the rating? The person who already visited that place last month or last time. So it is asking the feedback. So see, whatever data, whatever feedback you are providing, so it is helping others. Other example, e-commerce. If you go to want to buy a mobile in Flipkart or Amazon, what is the first thing you will see? Go to Amazon site, best smartphone under 30,000. So you will get list of options. Again, you will select the best one. And what things you will take the best mobile? What are the things you will consider and buying a mobile? Configuration is one thing, and the other thing is even on the configuration you will see the reviews. Correct? How about the battery life? How about the camera? All these things. Which means how much? Just think in your mind. Without data, if you don't preserve that data, and if there is no rating on that mobile, are you dare? Are you in a position to dare to that mobile now? So the mobile is no reviews at all and the cost is at 30,000. Are you in a position without following the reviews or like whatever the reviews like you will ask your friends, hey, suggest me some good mobile. So how he will suggest? Again, he also needs to depend on the data. If you don't have data, so you don't know, you are in a confusion which mobile I need to buy, whether this will perform well or not, all these things, everything. The answer is the data. If you have the data in your hand, you can do anything. And why I'm into the data? Data means database means somewhere we need to store the data. That is called a database. Simple. Base, data, base. Base means some foundation where I'm storing the data. And why I'm into the database from last 15 years is if you see the world, every small to large organizations, every small company to bigger companies, they are storing the data. Every company, we even in if your mobile apps, if you install any gaming, so it is asking for the registration like username and password. If you are going for any banking apps like phone pay or google pay, so it is asking your username and password. So why every app, every database, everything is capturing your data for their research or whatever may be the purpose they are storing. So day to day your data is growing like anything. So your data is growing like anything in your day to day life. So for that reason, so You need to handle the data. It's not only just storing the data will not help. You need to do some reports on top of the data where it will be used by the other team. Storing is data is one activity. Yeah, because you are getting the data, you are storing the data, but who is using the data is also an important part. Who is using? Everyone is using. A customer is using the data based on the reviews to buy a mobile. A doctor will use the data based on your historical background. A real estate can see what about the future of this area. All these things, he can take any decision. So that is the reason the data in the current world is very important. That is the reason why I moved to this database direction. Because day to day life, your data is increasing. Even down the line 10 years, your data will always increase. So even if you want to do anything, if you want to do in your personal life, yeah, you can keep on adding your contacts in your mobile with your new friends, which means there is no chance of decreasing the data. The amount of data is itself is increasing. So every day you will get WhatsApp messages, which is a data. Every day you will get WhatsApp status videos, so which is a data. Like keep on, it's like a mobile. Keep on like adding videos, recordings, whatever maybe that your data amount of data is getting increasing. So you will see a huge increase in the data, and you will see a huge demand for a data engineer. Data engineer means who will organize the data, like take the data and he needs to do into a useful direction. That is a data engineer. So that is the reason why I am into the database direction, data engineer direction. Rather than database, I can say database engineer. Excuse me, guys. So clear? What do you mean by data and what is the importance of data? We'll see. We'll see in the future classes also. What do you mean by database? All these things we'll see. But this is the basic understanding I am explaining. Okay. And every person can think in every demo or in the class. This is the question they have there in your mindset. Can I fit into it? People come, sir, I'm from the civil background, sir, so I don't know anything on the coding and non-coding. So my business is into the construction field. Whether I can fit into this course, that is the first thing they will think. Second thing, sir, I do have like 3 years of gap from my education. So whether I can fit into this class, all these things. Third thing, I'm into the MBA background or MCA background or from the diploma background. Can I fit into it? Fourth, I'm into the non-IT sector, like into the banking sector. So can I fit into this one? Whatever the question, can I fit into it? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Whatever the question, the answer is yes. But with a little practice, you need to do a lot of practice with down the line of 2 months. So you can definitely 200% you will fit. And how I'm saying that how you will fit means it's not like if you join, you will pay the money. That's not the way. I almost completed 10. This is the 12th batch, I believe. So every batch I used to face like the students like you people, like, sir, I'm from the background of different backgrounds. So from last 13, 12 batches, so almost like 60 to 70 people, so they got settled. And you can take the references from the institute or from me also. I can share you the numbers. People are from the banking. So yeah, they're perfectly working with a decent packages. People for working from the MBA background, yeah, they are also doing. And people are from the diploma also, they are working on this course. Only thing is, if you have the stuff, if you have the potentiality in your mind, so they don't look at the your what education you done, which year, all these things, they will not discuss. So any question in your mind, please erase that question. Just think the only thing is, yes, I can do it. Don't think about whether I can fit into or I can do it. You just think about, yes, I can do it. Or you can say, why not I? If others is doing, why can't I? And it is not Again, I'm saying it is not 100% coding. It is not 100% non-coding. It requires coding, a minimum of 50% of coding skills and 50% of non-coding. So with this, this is the basic things I'm getting. Tomorrow I will explain some more things. We'll slowly go to our course. I said database, I have what is the IT structure. So we'll tomorrow also we'll spend some basic things. Then I can move slowly, make you people to understand like, okay, yes, the direction which I has taken and the direction which I'm going is the correct way. Now it's time to you people to post your questions. So whatever questions, like let me stop the recording. I don't want to record this thing. Whatever the general questions,